Let's read together. Basically, this is what I wrote. Give yourself a permission to fail. I don't know if it's just my culture, but at a young age, when you're programmed to be an overachiever, doing things perfectly at all times, failure becomes one of your biggest fears, and it has been mine. Before, I thought that when you fail, it's over, and with it comes shame. But I have redefined failure. You can't be labeled as a failure if you don't stop trying. I would consider it more of a failure if I actually did not try at all. So everything changed for me when I gave myself a permission to fail publicly. So here are the mindsets that I have to unblock. And it's the good old, what will people say if I fail? I have to deal with the shame of failing, the fear of being seen trying. And now I realize that the root cause of all of this is pride and ego. I was not necessarily fearing the fear of failure, but it was my pride and ego that needed to die. Because if you approach life and deal with failure in full humility. Humility means that every single time you experience failure, you can simply and humbly admit that you're wrong instead of justifying or sulking on your mistakes. It's easy for you to take accountability and constructive criticisms and correction. Plus, you don't take life or failure too seriously now because the pressure is off from performing and you can easily bounce back with no shame. Also, you have the ability to move on quickly, and the faster you can let go of failure, the faster you will make decisions to move forward because you are not ruminating on your mistakes or even attach your failures to your self-worth. You don't self-identify with failure and you don't wear it as your identity, but you see it as just something you experience that you hopefully learn from. See failure as an opportunity to try again, to learn and to gain knowledge and wisdom from that mistake. So now I challenge myself daily and not feel bad about it. At first it was so uncomfortable, but it helped me not to overthink with all of my decisions or the decisions that I made or am making, and actually put all of my plans and goals finally into action, rather than leaving it in my head as a thought. It also helped me make better decisions as well, because I was no longer afraid of it. It's either I succeed at it or I learn, but I never fail. Giving myself permission to fail also helped me solve my perfectionist brain. It's basically thinking that I have to make things perfect all the time or do things perfectly all the time, because if not, then it's gonna be a failure, or it's gonna fail. And then fall into analysis paralysis and then end up not doing or achieving anything at all. So that's it. I hope that this gave you guys some perspective about failure. I like to write things down actually, just so that I could remember them, and sometimes I speak in the third person just so that I could speak it over myself. So this is why I like putting my thoughts and writing them down, because every single time that fear again of failure comes, I just pull this up and I read it back to myself. So yeah, helps me a lot, and I hope it helped you too. Bye.